Hi, I'm Vince Giordano, Executive Director of the New Jersey Education Association. NJEA is committed to celebrating excellence in education. That's why we're proud to support Teacher Appreciation Week, a special series produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation celebrating New Jersey's talented and dedicated teachers.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child. Wells Fargo, the law firm of GIBBONS PC, PSC&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. And by Barnabas Health.
This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, yeah.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
Hi, folks. I'm Steve Adubato. This is part of our Classroom Close-Up series, part of our Excellence in Education series. We're celebrating teachers all this week. Let me introduce you to Dan Cullen. He is a special education teacher, Warren Hills Regional Middle School, right?
It's correct.
Is it not correct that you were recently named Warren County Teacher of the Year?
It's correct.
You admit that?
I admit that. I admit that wholeheartedly.
And by the way, you spent 6 years in the National Guard.
I did.
And then how'd you become a teacher?
I did. Well, basically, my wife was the one that encouraged me to go into teaching. I was taking an internship at a residential state facility, and my wife looked at me, my second down a job, and she said, you know what, you're in the wrong profession. You need to go into teaching because that's where the real problem is in the state. It's in education.
She was right.
She put me.
And we're about to see a piece of video. This is a terrific project called Exceptional Students Climb Mountains, right?
Correct.
This is a terrific video. It's part of a series called Classroom Close-Up that our partners at the NJEA produce. It's right on NJTV. You see the video, we'll come back and we'll talk to Dan. It is great stuff.
You guys know why we're here. Why are we here?
We earned it, and we did hard work and the hike.
Here in Blairstown, at the foot of the Appalachian Trail, stands a group of 7th and 8th graders that are about to embark on more than the typical hike. These students are about to climb 1.5 miles to the top of the mountain.
It runs along the East Coast, right?
Dave Childs, a retired teacher, along with special ed teachers Dan Cullen and Jessica Rader, are guiding these students from Warren Hills Regional Middle School up the mountain to symbolize the ones they've climbed in the classroom.
We've been doing this trip for 3 years. We entitled this trip Students Climbing Mountains, and we do that because every year kids in our classrooms, they climb mountains in regards to the work that they have to do. Every task that we put in front of them initially could become a massive mountain, especially in the beginning of the year. We work tremendously hard to break down that stigma attached to the work and build a metaphor that climbing a mountain yields a reward.
Wow.
All right. Action. Yeah, go down.
I'm sweating. Everything's it's hard to walk up here. Climbing this mountain is probably harder than actually my real climbing a mountain.
Well, with the mountain in life, students overcome major obstacles all the time. If they have difficulty reading, if they have difficulty with behavior, if they have difficulty in math, they face challenges every day. And so the mountain itself symbolizes the challenges that they face every day and overcoming that.
We're getting an experience that not a lot of kids get to have. And I just think some kids need this experience to succeed in life because this experience is the best teacher.
You realize what you're truly capable of doing?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? You've done a fantastic job this year.
After a short break, the group is about to make the final climb to the top of the mountain where they can celebrate their accomplishment.
I love this. All the mountains. This is life. This is why my dad came up here.
You've climbed the mountain. We've accomplished our goal. You kids have set an example and have done things that have just blown our minds, blown our school district's minds, and our community's minds.
If it wasn't for Mr. Cullen, Mrs. Rader, and everyone that supported me, I wouldn't be here right now. I want to pass. I want to get straight A's. I want to show my mom I'm something. My goal is to be a teacher.
How you feel right now?
That's awesome to see.
How good are those kids?
They're phenomenal.
That young man who said at the end, I want to be a teacher. Who's that kid?
He's a kid that had really, when I first got him, struggled to even look you in the eye. And from the point to where you just saw now, he did a lot more than just look somebody in the eye. He told the rest of the world what he wants to do when he grows up.
How did you know, or what made you think, Dan, that you could ever have an impact on these kids? Now, you're a special ed teacher. Now, being a teacher is challenging on any level. I imagine being a special ed teacher is that much more challenging. What made you think you had a gift?
The way that I was raised. My mom is a special ed teacher at heart. She taught special ed for about 25 years, and now she teaches second grade currently in our public school system. And my father, we faced a lot of adversity with his life and certain things that happened in our home. And my mom was always the glue that kept us together. And I need to be that now for the kids that I work with. I need to be their glue. And when you're the glue for a kid, it's incredible to see how much they'll be able to take risks and do things in their own lives that are just absolutely remarkable, like I hope we just saw.
Your wife saw something in you too, right?
Yes.
She said, you should be a teacher.
Yes, she did.
When she saw this video, the classroom close-up video, and you don't do any of this for awards, but when you won the Teacher of the Year award, right?
Yes.
Warren County?
Warren County, and actually the Council for Exceptional Children, I won their State Teacher of the Year as well this year. It's been an amazing year.
It's been a winning year, right?
It's been a winning year.
What do you think she's feeling and thinking right now about you?
I think she thinks that on my way home from your show today, I should stop and get some milk.
Nothing changes, right?
Nothing changes, because when you're successful, the kids are successful. And when you receive an accomplishment such as an honor as State Teacher of the Year, that shows me one thing and one thing only, that my class is successful. And that the young people that I have to approach, and I want to approach, and I do approach every morning in homeroom, that they're successful.
What do you say to your friends who ask you about your work as a teacher?
I tell them I got the best job in the world, because I get the chance to be a professional child.
What do you mean?
I get a chance to go to work every day, and I get the joy, as a child does, of experiencing other people succeed. And there's nothing else more rewarding in this lifetime, I've found, than watching other people around you be successful.
And the big summer program you do, what is that?
That actually, last year, we received a grant, $7,000, through the NJEA HIP Foundation, and we ran a summer program where the focus was for children to discover what the meaning of citizenship was at the middle level. We collaborated with State Senator Mike Doherty's office. We collaborated with the local police, local fire, and other organizations. And basically, we got the kids out and involved, took them on a bunch of field trips to teach them what it meant to be a responsible citizen. It culminated in October with a big service learning project where we were able to bridge the gap between special and general education, got over 50 people out for a huge community cleanup on a Saturday, and it was just wonderful to see our kids working next to every stakeholder in the community to do something real positive.
Scale of 1 to 10. How much you love your job?
20.
You're not joking, are you?
I'm not. I've got the best job in the world.
I used to think I did until I heard you. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity to come on here and be able to talk a little bit to what it means to be a teacher in our public school system. I think sometimes that we take a very difficult rap. And I think that when you have people that serve, I serve in a building and in a community with everybody in my building. We don't have one sour apple. We have everybody in our building. They're for kids. They love what they do. And it's incredible to work alongside some of those people.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. and visit us online at oneonone.org.
There he is, Dan Papa, social studies teacher, Jefferson Middle School. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
As Teacher Appreciation Week continues. Listen, you have a terrific project. We're going to see a video in just a second, part of our classroom close-up series we do in cooperation with our friends at the NJEA. Project Stay Gold, what is it?
Correct. More or less, it's a student awareness program. We're actually calling it a student abolitionist movement to abolish modern-day slavery and human trafficking. So the students have taken the initiative to do everything they can in their power as middle school and high school students to raise awareness and to bring public attention to the issue of human trafficking.
Well, Dan said it. Now let's look at it. He said it better than I could. Here it is.
Today, one of the most appalling atrocities against humanity from the past is repeating itself yet again: modern-day slavery. We must not be content to allow this re-emerging crime to continue in our world.
My name is Luke, and I'm an abolitionist.
My name is Katie, and I'm an abolitionist.
My name is Nathaniel, and I'm an abolitionist.
These young abolitionists have taken their anti-slavery crusade, Project Stay Gold, to the internet. Their new website features original videos about modern-day slavery in America and around the world.
It really surprised me, the numbers of the people that are in slavery in the United States, and that it even exists in the United States just blew my mind.
Before we begin, I just want to give a little brief introduction, actually, to how Project Stay Gold came about.
Our kickoff for our website launch and the launch of these new videos was funded by a Pride in Education grant, which helped to fund the filming and the creation of the videos.
Students want to inspire other schools to start their own Project Stay Gold, and they want to have a global impact.
Who's responsible? The people of the world. We can end it. We, starting with us kids.
It's just not a known subject and topic. You wouldn't bring up talking about slavery at a dinner table. It's like makes people uncomfortable. If people know that there's slavery, then they'll go out and they'll tell friends and they'll tell people, and it will slowly diminish.
Project Stay Gold gets its name from a poem quoted in a book popular with teens. To stay gold is to stay committed to idealistic goals. The project began last year with an 8th grader.
I couldn't really just sit around and let it happen because it's really just disturbing and it shouldn't be happening.
Kate came to me and said, we have to do something about this issue. Our students have identified a global issue, and the global issue is that there are 27 million slaves on earth today. 80% are children, are teenagers, and are college students. So what's happening here is that students are taking on the initiative to really rescue their generation, and they are speaking out on behalf of them.
We believe that education is power. Americans are involved in modern-day slavery because, believe it or not, most places that they go or most things that they buy could have been made or manufactured by slaves.
I teach history in order for us to make history, and I believe with all my heart that the students in my classroom are history makers. We believe that the abolitionist movement is going to begin with our students inside our classrooms.
I am a history maker. I am an abolitionist.
For more information and to see anti-slavery videos, go to projectstaygold.org.
It's amazing stuff. This young lady, Kate, started this?
What happened was I was teaching about slavery in America's past, and I made the connection to, slavery still exists today. The United Nations estimates that there's 27 million slaves on earth today. And with my smartboard in my classroom, I used an interactive website, and I showed them the issue. And I said, maybe later on this school year, we could do a school-wide awareness campaign. 2 months went by, I completely forgot that I even really said it. And Kate came to me, she's like, Mr. Papa, I was on that website, and we just have to do something about it.
Was it about human trafficking?
Yeah, it was an organization out of Connecticut that's on the front lines of the battle of fighting modern day slavery, and the website inspired her. Steve, here's what it is. Young people have a sensitivity to injustice. When a young person sees that someone is mistreating another person, especially a child, there's an anger that rises up within a young person to do something and to make a difference. And Kate, among the other students we had 80 students sign up this year in our school, 80 8th graders to be part of this. And I believe that they are history makers and world changers.
It's interesting. So many people talk about younger people as apathetic, disconnected. not caring, unconcerned. What do you see?
I see the complete opposite. As I said, when I teach the Holocaust, the Civil Rights Movement, modern day slavery, slavery in the past, I see a different level of engagement in my classroom, and it's because young people are sensitive to it. They cannot understand how one person could mistreat another human being, especially a child.
And I appreciate what you're saying, and it says a lot about these kids, but how much of it has to do with, and I know you're going to be modest about this, how much of it has to do with the way you presented it?
I believe that it could be part of it, but again, I do believe in the innate abilities within a young person to really want to make a difference and want to make the world a better place. Young people tend to be idealistic, and they don't take no for an answer.
As an educator, as a teacher, what do you get out of seeing in the eyes of these kids, the reaction of these kids, not just in that video, but what you see every day, this website, the intensity, the passion, the energy? What do you get out of it?
Steve, it inspires me. I mean, I feel like the luckiest man in the world to walk in that classroom every day. Number one, to talk about America, American history, which I absolutely love, which is a passion of mine. But then just to see the looks in their eyes and to see that they are history makers, I believe it's exactly what Abraham Lincoln said. Abraham Lincoln said the philosophy of education in the classroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. And I believe with all my heart that we are seeing a generation rising up and looking to make a difference.
This project's alive.
It is.
And by the way, what is that right there?
I brought this for you today.
What is that?
It says abolitionist on it, Project Stay Gold. We've printed these, and our students are wearing them, and we're selling them to raise funds and money.
Bob, get a shot of this. Talk about it.
An abolitionist is simply someone from the 19th century who fought to end slavery in America, the abolitionist movement. And that's what we're seeking to do, to revive and reawake the abolitionist movement regarding the issue of modern day slavery. We have sold close to 2,000 of those in 1 year. The first, this is part of our awareness program. Our program at school is simply this.
A few seconds left, go ahead.
Sure. Our 8th graders go into the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies classrooms. They teach the issue. They sell wristbands, they sell t-shirts, and they wear them, and it sparks conversation.
This is exactly what we were all hoping for. You know, one of your kids said, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody says, the government needs to.
Right.
No,
right.
We have to do this.
I said to my students, we cannot shout at the darkness, light a candle. And that's what they're doing, lighting candles.
I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Thank you for this
Keep
opportunity.
them doing this.
Absolutely.
This is exciting.
It is.
Give us a book report on it later.
All right. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you very much,
This
Steve.
is great.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org and visit us online at oneonone.org.
Erin Devaney is a 4th grade teacher in the Dr. Orlando Adrera Academy, school number 26. That's in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Is it a fact that you are the Union County Teacher of the Year 2011-2012?
Yes, that is.
You admit that?
Yes.
How good does that feel?
Oh, it's great. You know, and I would never have won this award without the people I work with. We have a fantastic faculty, and so I share this award with all of them, really.
I want to thank the Academy.
Yes, I do, yes.
Speaking of the Academy, tell us about the Academy you teach in.
Well, it's a pre-K through 8 public lottery school.
Public lottery, meaning you have to be in a lottery and win to get in.
Yeah, well, basically, when you sign your child up for preschool, you check off the box that you'd like to be considered for our school, and then it's totally random who we choose.
Or is it first come, first serve?
Oh, no, it's random.
Oh, it is?
They all
Okay.
go through, yes, it's random. And what makes us unique is we have an extended school year and extended school day. So the students are there.
Describe it.
It's 200 days as opposed to 180, and our school day is 8 hours and 15 minutes, and then we have an extra hour of after-school program. So some of the students are there over 9 hours a day.
And there's a big payoff.
Absolutely. These students, a lot of them go to the gifted and talented schools. We see a ton of them go when they graduate high school, go to college, and they're absolutely.
You ready to see the classroom close-up video?
Yes.
Ready to see it?
Sure.
Again, folks, if you watch One-on-One, you know that we're partners with the NJEA, the New Jersey Education Association. They have a terrific series on NJTV. It is called Classroom Close-Up, and we've taken an excerpt here that tells a powerful story that we'll elaborate on yours, and then we'll talk about it after that. Let's go to the clip.
Language is one of the common threads of learning at the Adrira Academy. It's a kindergarten through 8th grade lottery school with 500 students from all over Elizabeth. Their New Jersey Ask and Terra Nova testing scores are higher than the state average, even among more economically privileged districts. Student mobility is only 5%, very low for an urban school. Attendance is 96% for students and faculty. It's a stable, safe environment for children whose lives are often neither safe nor stable.
A lot of them, unfortunately, are coming from broken homes, and they have a lot of challenges that I could never have thought of growing up, and the things they have to deal with at home, and this is their kind of escape. They don't have, a lot of times, the background that other children will have, and but they're desperate to learn. They want to know all these things. They have tons of questions, and so I'm happy to provide that be able to provide that for them.
In order to have success, there's a couple of things that make us unique. And one of them is that we have an extended day and extended year program, which affords us an extra month in August to unfold curriculum that meets the needs of students. But there's also an extended day, which allows us to fit in more classes within the school day. We have additional art classes and music classes and language classes. All students here in the elementary grades take Spanish and Mandarin Chinese.
Beat it. Mayo, beat it. Mayo, cold. Mayo, cold.
8th grader Vanessa transitioned from another school 3 years ago.
And in the other school, I didn't have that, I didn't feel like I wanted to study. Here I do. Because here, I have people, that really care about me and my future. I haven't been ignoring my homework that much, and I've been actually paying attention in class and not goofing around anymore.
I think it's unusual that we have 3 music teachers in this building, where other schools share one teacher among several schools. The skills we learn in playing the violin are the same things that we learn in the Pythagorean theorem, or how we do teams in phys ed.
Teamwork helps blend students from all Elizabeth neighborhoods, contributing to the community feel within the academy walls.
One of the things that I think has contributed to the success is that it's not being a neighborhood school, we don't bring the neighborhood into the school. We create our neighborhood here. We create a learning community. So we allow those kids to become children again. All children are capable of learning, all children can learn, and if we create that culture and establish that culture in the building, then that's what will happen.
To write a complete idea, here's all you have to do. Listen to my rhyme, my friends, I'll rap it out for you.
What a great story.
Absolutely.
How proud are you?
I love working there, and I'm so proud of the team members and my students. Absolutely.
You know, you said, one of the things that you said is that you don't accept any excuses from your kids. Why do you say that?
If you start accepting one excuse, then it snowballs into a bunch of excuses, and I push them. I know how smart they are, and I want them to realize how smart they are, because sometimes they come to you and they really don't have any self-confidence.
Yeah, but at the same time, Erin, you hear a lot of talk from some folks who say when kids come from urban areas, I'm born and raised in Newark, and it was tough in the 70s when I was in school there, and I think about how much tougher it is today and the conditions that kids are in. So people are like, come on, you gotta be kidding, let's be realistic about the environment in terms of safety, in terms of drugs, in terms of poverty, et cetera, malnutrition, or food insecurity issues, you say?
You can't give up on them. They're the future of our country, and they will succeed. And keeping them with us as much as possible, I think, is one of the things that has enabled us. A longer school day, longer school year. They're not exposed to a lot of the negativity that is around. This is their home, and a lot of them come from a few miles away because it's right in the middle of Elizabeth. It's a magnet school, so there's kids from all over. This is their escape, and they take great pride in that school.
It's their home.
It's their home, yeah, absolutely. Some of them are there 9 hours a day. I'm with them more than sometimes they're with their family.
How do you keep the level of energy, enthusiasm, and the positive attitude that you obviously have, given how grueling this work must be?
I think it comes naturally. I've grown up in a family, all public servants, and it makes me feel great to be able to give back to the community, and I truly believe in these children. And they're going to support me when I'm old, and so I'm going to do everything I can to help them.
When did you know you wanted to teach?
Well, I actually went to college for business, and yes.
So much for that.
Yes, and I started volunteering in a school just on the side, and I just loved it. And internships I did in business did not give me the fulfillment that going to that school did. And the reason I didn't want to go into this originally is because a lot of people in my family are, and I saw how they struggled, not only with the grueling work hours, but also financially.
Financially.
Absolutely. But I couldn't. I had to do it. I would not be happy doing anything else.
It's curious. We don't really talk about politics or policy in this classroom close-up series. We do with the NJEA, but in prepping for this, you told our producer something that I feel like I need to go to because it's an important question. Do you know where I'm going?
Merit pay?
Yeah.
Yes.
What strikes me is that you seem like you would be the classic.
Yes.
You would be the one, in my opinion, who would have a very good shot at making more money through merit pay, and you're not for it.
No.
Because?
We're dealing with humans here, children, and I can't. As of right now, what they're talking about down in Trenton, they're going to base half my evaluation on the test score.
Yes.
I teach 200 days a year, and they're basing half of my performance, almost half of my performance, on 5 half days worth of testing.
What's wrong with that?
And because they're children, and they might come in and they might have a bad day. I've seen children who have passed, but students that should have gotten very high scores, and their grandfather went to the hospital the night before, or their parents had a fight, or they were out late. They didn't feel well, and that affected them on that test. My father still tells me all the time, if they had merit pay, you'd be a millionaire. But that's not why I teach. I don't teach for the test scores. I teach to help these children in their future. And I just think basing everything on a test.
Don't you want to make more money?
I think there's a better way, though. I don't think it necessarily has to be test scores. You could have portfolios. They could take it maybe something beginning of the year and then measure their growth at the end of the year, not just some
It's not a priority for you, is it?
No, absolutely not.
That's amazing to me. It really isn't.
No.
You do it because you love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every day is different, and I come home every day exhausted, but so fulfilled.
Is it a good exhausted?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know you're making a difference every day.
Sure.
Erin Devaney, Union County Teacher of the Year 2011, 2012. I say this every time we have your colleagues here. You are a credit to your profession. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child. Wells Fargo, the law firm of GIBBONS PC, PSC&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. And by Barnabas Health. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.
Education reform is too important to get wrong. That's why NJEA's plan establishes a strong evaluation process that identifies excellent teachers, removes ineffective ones, and ensures hiring and firing is based on performance, not politics or standardized tests that are unfair to students and teachers. We all want the best teachers in every classroom, because when it comes to education reform, NJEA believes students come first. NJEA, great public schools for every child.